A couple of months ago, when the iPhone 13 came out, I was quite confused about which model do I want to get. After a lot of struggle with my thought process, I ended up deciding on the iPhone 13. After using this phone for quite some time, I am ready to share my experience in this iPhone 13 long-term review. If you are watching my channel for the first time, consider subscribing and hit the like button. The like target for this video is 1000 likes. iPhone 13 is the first iPhone that I have personally used for over a month. This is happening after the iPhone XS Max. Back in the day, I used the iPhone XS Max for about 6 months and I got so tired of it, I had to switch back to Android to make my life easy. But this time, I used the iPhone 13 along with my S21 Ultra, and this time my perspective was very different. It's just a typical thing for a tech YouTuber to use an Android phone and an iPhone simultaneously, and I kind of just did that. Anyways, the iPhone 13 in terms of design and looks did not surprise me much, as you know that the biggest design change comes in the form of its rear cameras being shuffled. But if we just generally talk about the form factor and the build of the iPhone 13, sure, there isn't a smartphone more premium than this. Maybe the Pixel 6 comes a bit closer. iPhone 13 is super thin since it's got a very moderate size. Holding this phone for long won't hurt the palm of your hand like the sharp edges of the iPhone 13 Pro Max do. The weight management of this iPhone is also nice, but obviously it's got a small battery, so that helps cut down the weight as well. It's just super comfortable for me to slide this iPhone into the pocket of my jeans. The display on the iPhone 13 is good. The OLED panel on this phone peaks at about 1200 nits. It's good enough for outdoor usage too. The resolution is good enough for all sorts of media consumption. Color accuracy is excellent. The only downside of this display is the 60Hz refresh rate. I wish Apple had added 120Hz refresh rate like the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. If you are switching from the iPhone 12 lineup, fine, you are not going to mind this. But once you have used a 120Hz panel and you go back to a 60Hz panel, you won't like it. Like I said, I used the iPhone 13 alongside my S21 Ultra with 120Hz refresh rate. I always noticed the difference. The iPhone 13 just seemed too slow to me, but in its own capacity, it was doing great. I did not play a lot of games on the iPhone 13, but the ones I played went smooth on it. At the moment, I am rocking the iOS 15.2 on my iPhone 13. iOS 15 has only improved with every single software update. I am personally not a huge fan of iOS because of its obvious limitations. It's a bit difficult for a regular Android user to review the iOS, but the iOS definitely is much better than the Android in terms of stability, the software updates and overall security. iOS did not have widgets compatibility back in the day. There were many features that the users missed and wished for Apple to add them. As of today, the iOS is a much better improved and feature-rich OS. In terms of performance, this phone is a little monster. The A15 Bionic chipset is a beast. You can't beat its performance easily. I conducted a lot of speed tests that are already published on the channel, and in all the tests, the iPhone 13 came out on the top. The tests I conducted were not typical speed tests. They were actually the real speed tests involving video and photo rendering. Benchmark scores coming out of the iPhone 13 will always be top notch. In fact, from the entire iPhone 13 lineup for that matter, because it's the A15 Bionic chip adding to the power here. This year, Apple has added a RAM of 4 gigs in the iPhone 13. The RAM and storage have never really been a concern for the iPhone owners because the iOS is so well optimized to complement its limited hardware. The numbers may look meager compared to an Android flagship rocking 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage, but believe me, what iPhone 13 has for now is more than enough. Let's talk about my favorite part of the iPhone 13, the cameras first. Cameras on this little monster are phenomenal. I actually like the cameras on this phone more than my S21 Ultra, especially the video recording capabilities. In fact, I have a video published on the channel which was entirely recorded on the iPhone 13. With this phone, you don't need a gimbal, you don't need your hands to be super steady. It just records share-worthy videos right out of the box. The stability is next level, the resolution is pristine. The photos also come out equally good. Whether you use its front camera or the rear camera, the phone just does everything nicely. Yes, the iPhone 13 does miss out on a few extra features that only the iPhone 13 Pro Max qualifies for, but even without those cinematic and ProRes features, the iPhone 13's camera is quite capable. When it comes to the battery life, I am not sure what different Apple has done this time, but the battery life on this year's iPhone 13 lineup is phenomenal. Whether you use the low-end iPhone 13 mini or the top-notch iPhone 13 Pro Max, the battery performance is just equally good across the board. Apple has optimized the hardware, software to work well with the tiny 3240 mAh battery of this iPhone 13. You obviously do not get a charger in the box. Apple was the trendsetter right there. I use a 65 watt Ugreen charging brick to charge my iPhone 13, and it takes over an hour for me to fully charge my iPhone 13. This now brings us to the conclusion. At $799, the iPhone 13 is not a cheap device, and it's certainly not value for money if we take a look at it while having Android phones in the mind. But this device makes sense for anyone who's been a lifelong Apple user. If you have been using an old iPhone, be it the iPhone 12, 11 or below, I definitely recommend upgrading to the iPhone 13. One of my friends just upgraded to the iPhone 13 from the iPhone 8, and that person has been thoroughly enjoying the new display, the Face ID and a lot of other new features that were never there on the previous iPhone. But if you are an Android user, keep it in mind that switching to the iPhone 13 will make you miss a lot of features. You can get an Android phone for half the money, which will do most of the things that the iPhone 13 can do, and that phone might even bring a microSD card slot and a headphone jack as well, but you won't get the same cameras, and then iOS has its own unique experience as well. Let me know what do you guys think about the iPhone 13. Drop your feedback about this video in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. With that being said, I will sign off and see you all in the next one.